from the old, our strategy was to hear from the young. So I'm going to ask Sam to come forward first of all and represent the younger perspective. I'm not sure I could do that,
I've had a really unique opportunity because I was both Phil's student, and then when I got here, he worked with me through working at the Department of Education at U of R. So I've been on several different levels working with Phil, and he's just made an incredible difference. Part of the reason I became an educator was because of my experiences with him in his Lead People course long ago, in 2002, and his ability to sort of create a sense of what it means to be civically engaged is something I've never encountered anywhere else. Numerous other alumni from that same class, same year, I know went on to careers in law and in government because of that sense of civic engagement. It's something I've never met anyone else who's able to do in such a unique way. So just both as a student and now as a student teacher, I've learned so much from you, and I'm really glad that I was here to say how much I appreciated it. So.
I've spent a lot of time trying to write things down, and I'm probably going to have to throw this away because every time I thought I had my thoughts together about what to say about Phil, I had to dispense with them and start over again. This is a pretty difficult day for me, and I consider it a pretty big day for the school. I can't think of more than 5 or 6 people in the history of this program, administrators, teachers, or anyone else who is as important to this school and its history than the man who stands next to me today. 15 years ago, Phil Sorrentino went through a marathon interview, which we used to do back in the olden days, which some of you are tired of hearing about, but I love them. Where a person came in and, first of all, was interviewed by about 2 hours by the entire department, as I recall. Then we let them go to lunch, and they came in and interviewed for about an hour and a half with every department chair. Then we gave them maybe a snack or a bathroom trip, and then they interviewed for another 2 hours with the director, some students. Yeah, and an interview here at Maggie Walker was a full day event, right? Yeah, at TJ, excuse me. And I remember when he left, we all gathered and we kind of looked at each other and said, what in the heck was that? And we're still trying to figure it out. Phil blew us away in many ways, but, you know, there was this directness, this honesty, this sense of confidence and sense of understanding about what students need that was remarkable from the very first day that he walked in here. I don't know where that comes from. I got a sense it comes from spending time teaching in Brooklyn. I got a sense it comes from wading through jungles in Southeast Asia. I got a sense it comes from a lot of different places that very few of us in this room can possibly imagine. And yet that blessing is remarkable to the history of the school. The man who's standing next to me today came into this building getting a pretty, what we call in today's world, vanilla schedule of honors government, as I recall. And no glitz about that, but within a year, all of a sudden, the enrollment in honors government spiked. All these big AP kids all of a sudden wanted to take honors government. Go figure that out. They wanted to take honors government because the person who was teaching honors government. They didn't give a damn about AP. They had figured out in 1 year that you go to a class because of who the teacher is. And they figured out in 1 year, this is the classroom that you want to sit in. And that was something that carried forth. And as fate would have it, Mr. Sorrentino would design in many cases and teach, in every case, 10 classes in the school. 10 different courses taught by a single man. Many of those courses, again, he created, including the one that we often refrain around here called We the People, but also some extremely popular classes like political theory and a number of innovative seminars. Flexibility, I think, is a characteristic that a lot of people don't understand Phil has, because he comes across
the years, Phil stepped in and did that, and it wasn't simply classes. I have seen him go on We the People trips even after his We the People time. I've seen him go on Motto You Win trips. Many people don't know that one of the first SCA sponsors that we ever had in this building was Bill Sorrentino. The reason that students here have off-campus lunch is because Bill Sorrentino hosted a referendum on that, did the investigation, and presented it to the faculty, and we approved off-campus lunch. And that's why students at Maine Walker have off-campus lunch principles, students privilege. First ever talent show came because of Bill Sorrentino. First ever Constitution Day celebration. These things all are attributed to one single individual. And pretty much the attitude is anytime, any way I can help, I will happily do it. Don has already spoken. There's a magic in the classroom with Mr. Sorrentino that kids figure out really fast. And it's very hard to describe. It's old school stuff, but it works. And I still believe the best education occurs in an olive grove somewhere with people wearing coats and throwing things in the ground anyway. So I'm not sure if that's exactly what you do, but pretty damn close from what I've been told. And finally, I would be remiss in not noting that one of the things we teach a lot about in government and the institutions of our nation, but I think also in institutions like this, is something so vital called institutional memory. It's been proven many times when you lose institutional memory, you lose your direction. And this is living institutional memory. It's something that is very precious, and it's something you have to protect. It's people who understand what works, what doesn't work, and that doesn't necessarily play well. Some folks think these kind of people are obstinate, and they can be. But it's very important to remember past pride and to try to learn from some of those things that we've done. And Phil has been a force of institutional memory for our department and for the school for many, many years. And we're going to lose that, and it's going to be difficult to replace it. And I know I, as the department chair and the members of the studies department, will have a hard time finding a way to replace that. So Phil, I don't know what else to say. I could ramble on for a long time, but I hope I captured a little bit of what I believe you brought to this institution, and I will be very, very sad as the year commences next year and not see your face at our department meetings and hear you in the back row of the forum grumbling, which I liked a lot. But anyway, thank you so much for all that you've done for this institution and for the students. Very appropriate. Very appropriate.